In this video, I'm going to explain why stretching won't fix your tight hamstrings and 3 simple exercises you can use instead that are about 100 times more effective. So to start with, why doesn't stretching fix tight hamstrings? Well, it's not actually fixing the root cause of the problem. Now, there's 2 main causes of hamstring tightness. The first reason is you're not training your hamstrings through a full range of motion. The hamstrings do 2 jobs. They bend or flex the knee, and then they extend the hip. So in your training, you need to make sure that you're doing movements that require hip extension and knee flexion, and you're going through the full range of motion. If you're not doing that, then your hamstrings will get used to a particular range of movement and they will get tight because your brain will send a signal to that area that it's not strong enough to handle particular loads. The second reason that your hamstrings are feeling tight is because they're actually doing too much work. A lot of the time, your glutes aren't working properly, and as a result, your hamstrings, which are actually the smaller muscle, are taking up too much load. Stretching doesn't fix either of these issues because the first issue is a strength issue with your hamstrings, and the second issue is a strength issue with your glutes. So they're both strength issues. So stretching isn't going to fix either one of these 2 things. The first 2 exercises are going to work on the hamstring strength issue, and then the last exercise is going to improve your glute strength. So to start with, a foam roller bridge is a great way to start to train the hamstrings. Lie on your back, feet flat on the foam roller, tuck your pelvis slightly so your lower back is flat into the floor, and lift your hips about 1 centimeter off the floor. In this position, you should feel your hamstrings and calves working really, really hard. If you don't feel your hamstrings or calves working hard, you've either lifted your hips too high off the floor, in which case it will be your glutes or your lower back, or you haven't tucked your pelvis properly. Hold this position for 45 seconds and do this for 3 to 4 sets, 2 to 3 times a week. Once the double leg variation gets easy, then you can simply move on to a single leg variation, which is the same exercise just on 1 leg. The second exercise to target the hamstrings is a single leg hamstring curl. I want you to do 12 to 15 reps for 3 sets. And I want you to challenge yourself here and actually make this difficult as opposed to just going through the motion. Just make sure you're going through the full range of motion and you're doing it nice and slow and controlled. Do this once a week on top of the foam roller bridge. The final exercise is going to focus on improving glute strength. Kickstand hinge with a reach. You're going to set up in this staggered stance. Grab a light med ball or light weight. Hold it out in front of you, nice and relaxed with your shoulders and your arms. Stand on 1 leg to get your weight over the leg you're going to be hinging on. Bend your knee slightly, maintain that knee bend. You're going to send your hips back as you keep your weight forward. You should feel your glutes working really, really hard in this bottom position, and you're going to hold that for 30 to 40 seconds for 3 to 4 sets, and you can do this twice a week. If you're not feeling your glutes working, either you've lost that knee bend, so you're feeling your hamstrings, or your weight is too far back, and that'll be hamstrings as well, which we don't want. Or you've hinged too far and you've lost your back position, so you'll feel it in your back, which we don't want either. By the way, if you're interested in working with me one-to-one to help fix tight hamstrings or any other mobility or injury issues, check out the top link in the description down below.